What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for dropping in once again. I have something in store for you guys. Man, I just had an experience earlier today, and I pulled a couple lessons out of that experience that I can't wait to share with you. They weren't lessons that we've never heard before, but they're lessons that we can easily forget as we get caught up in the process. As we get caught up, hold on, I feel like that's so far away. Hold on. Okay. It's a little bit better. As we get caught up in the doing, as we get caught up in the process, we forget certain parts of the process. So these experiences and lessons that I'm getting ready to share with you, let these be a reminder. There are things that you already know. You've heard it before, but let this be a reminder. This reminder could be the very thing that gets you out your rut. This reminder can be the very thing that gets you over that hurdle. This reminder can be the very thing that sparks an idea that pushes you through that brick wall that you feel like you keep on hitting over and over and over again. So let this be a reminder for you. Let this video remind you of how powerful you are. Let it remind you of the purpose that you have. Let it remind you of the importance of you following through and present that thing, that gift, and that talent to the world. Let this video right here be that reminder for you. So, if you are a first-time viewer, welcome. Welcome to the community. Hit that subscribe button. Turn your notifications on so you can see every time when I drop a video. We talk about personal growth, personal development here. I'm glad you decided to join us, and my name is Wayne McKnight Jr. Let's get inside so I can share this experience with you. See you guys inside. Alright guys, so like I was saying outside, I had an experience today, and I want to just have a conversation with you and pull the lessons out of it to remind you of a couple things. So today was a pretty productive day. I decided to end my day. I was going to ride. If you don't know, in the video, I believe it's called Figure It Out, I was explaining that I recently picked up the sport of cycling. So anyway, I was going to go on just a little short, like 10 mile ride or whatever, to try to get it in before the sun goes down. Well, as I'm getting my bike and all that stuff out, my neighbor across the street saw me preparing to get ready for my ride. So he came over, he said, "Wayne, listen, I just got a new bike, and do you mind if I go with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Let's ride together. It'll be good to have some company with me." So there's a park that he mentioned. He said, it's about, it's probably about 15 miles there, 15 miles back. So it's going to be like a 30-mile ride. And I was in my mind, I was like, you know what? I need that challenge because I haven't, man. It's probably been a good week since I did any cycling. So I said, yeah, that'd be a good thing to get me going. Now, what he did not tell me was the amount of hills that were going to be on this ride. Now, I've done 30 miles before, not a problem. But the 30 miles that I'm used to is pretty much on a flat surface, on a flat terrain. Minor hills, but nothing like I encountered on this ride. So we take off, and we're going. I feel good. I'm going out the process, my breathing is good, I feel like my pedaling is strong, everything was good. Then that first hill came. I struggled, and I was like, man, what in the world is going on? I struggled on the hill to the point where I actually had to stop for a minute to catch my breath, regain my composure. In the meantime, my neighbor is gone. he doesn't even know that I've stopped. He had to turn around, come back and check on me to make sure that I was okay. So I said, you know what, this is ridiculous. Hop back on the bike and I'm going. We get to the park, we turn back around. So you know, on the downhill, on the way to the park, you gotta go up that hill on the way back. So I encounter another hill, zaps my energy, takes me out. Yet again, I have to stop, catch my breath, and then continue on. Nonetheless, I end up making it back to the house, and I started to think to myself, I said, man, what a humbling experience. Because mind you, I'm training to do this 200-mile ride in a month or so, right? And it was humbling because I felt like I could do 30 miles with no problem. No problem. I struggled, guys. I was embarrassed. I was humbled. I was not as far along as I thought that I was. So that's lesson one. As we are going through our journey, as we are going through the process, we need to have a way to measure our progress. Because remember, as human beings, we are wired for progress. As long as we're moving forward, as long as we're growing, we're okay. It is when we are stagnant and no growth and no progress is being made is when the frustration starts to set in. So we need to ensure that we have a method or a metric or a way to gauge our progress. Because a lot of times we're going through our process, we're going through our journey pretty much by ourselves. You gotta think, I've been cycling, I've been biking for the most part by myself. This is really one of the first times that I had someone come along with me. And I quickly found out that I was not as far along in my process as I thought that I was. I thought I was in much better shape than I was. I thought that I was much stronger than what I was, but I'm not. It was a humbling experience. So now going forward in my process, I'm gonna make sure that I ride with other people because I don't wanna mislead myself. You know, I wanna make sure that self understands exactly where we are so we know how intense to train. So that was lesson one. So God, listen, as we are going along our journey, going along our process, surround yourself with people who are gonna be honest with you. Get feedback from them. Constructive criticism so you can gauge where you really are. Take a moment. How can you gauge where you are in your process? It is critically important because if you're not being honest with yourself, you're not going to be able to put in the level of effort that's going to be required to continue to grow. Okay? Because we know along the journey in our process, that is nothing but living outside of our comfort zone for a period of time. That's all that the process is. That's all the journey is. It is living outside of our comfort zone for a period of time until we do it enough, until the thing that seems abnormal becomes normal. And then we do that again. And that's the process. You keep on, you stay uncomfortable long enough until you're comfortable. Then you go further, uncomfortable until you're comfortable, right? It is the new normal becomes normal. It is the new normal becomes normal, right? That's the process, that's the journey. You need to make sure that you have someone that can help you gauge your progress, okay? So that's lesson one. Lesson two is this. I committed to doing the 30 miles. So I was going to get it done regardless. I don't care how many times I had to stop. I was going to get it done. And I think that there are times when we embark upon our journey, we start the process, we set the goals, but we do not ask ourselves one fundamental question, and that's this. Are we willing to do whatever it takes to hit the goal, right? By any means necessary. Are we willing to go above and beyond? Are we willing to make the sacrifices? Are we willing to have the late nights? Are we willing to face the embarrassment of a failure to get back up and do it again? Are we willing to be persistent? Are we willing to miss family functions? Are we willing to not have the amount of leisure time? It is a willingness that we need to have within our process. So it's one question that we need to ask ourselves. Now, when I embarked on this 30-mile ride, I asked myself, am I willing to do whatever it takes? I knew it was going to be a challenge. I didn't know it was going to be that level of a challenge, but I committed to the goal. And I got it done. I didn't care how many times I wanted to stop. I was going to get it done because I'm preparing for something bigger, okay? It's simple. Whatever the goal is, ask yourself the question, are you willing to do whatever it takes by any means necessary to hit the goal? If the answer is yes, then get to work. Get busy. If the answer is no, if you're not willing to do what it takes, then let's come up with a different goal. Let's set a goal on on the things that we are willing to do. And then change the goal, right? Because it does not make sense to embark upon a goal that you're half committed to do. If you're half committed, you don't stand a chance. The first time that life punches you in your nose, you're gonna stop because you're not fully committed. It is a full commitment. It is an all-in answer. Are you willing to do it? Yes or no? That's it. Based upon your answer, you have two things you can do. If it's yes, go forward. If it's no, how do we readjust the goal to still stretch yourself, but yet to a point where you could be fully committed to the process? Yet again, it is an honesty moment with self. You cannot, listen, you can fool or deceive or manipulate or put a front up for other people, but when it comes to your internal dialogue, when it comes to looking yourself in the mirror, you have to be honest with yourself. If you are not honest with yourself, I'm telling you, if you are not honest with yourself, if you are half committed to the process, if you are half committed to getting to that goal, you're not gonna make it. So don't even put yourself in the situation knowing that there's gonna be frustration. Are you gonna be all in or all out? So those were the two lessons. One, have a community around you that's gonna give you honest feedback. You need a good gauge of where you really are in this process. So that way you can make the adjustment, the power of awareness, right? Being aware, you can make the adjustment. Gauging your progress. Lesson number 2, be honest with yourself. Ask the question, are you willing, by any means necessary, are you willing to do whatever it takes to hit the mark, to hit the goal? You gotta be honest with yourself. Today was a humbling experience, but I'm aware. Now I know where I am. I've been fooling myself these past couple weeks, but now I know exactly where I am. So now I can make the proper adjustments and then embark on that same 30-mile ride again with a different intensity, with a different effort. I now know what to expect. I now know what's coming. The goal's the goal. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna hit it. The strategy may change, but the goal never changed. The strategy may change, but the goal does not change. Once you agree with self that you are all in, the goal doesn't change. The strategy can change. The perspective can change, but the goal does not change. If you're all in, you're all in. Think about these two lessons. These are two foundation pieces that you can put together and they can help you get through some things. If you're honest with yourself, if you're being true to yourself, it can help you get through some things. Man, I hope this is helpful. I hope that this is useful. This was a reminder for me that now is going to spill over to other aspects of my life. Now I'm starting to think to myself, what other things have I been doing on the solo that I need to bring in someone to give me a good gauge of where I am? Yeah, I hope this was helpful. I hope that this makes sense, and I hope that you, in your way, can connect this and bring this home so that you can apply this to your life, to your progress, to your process, to your journey, because it's needed. Because it's needed. Yeah. So look, that's what I have for you guys. I'm excited to talk to you all again in the very near future. I have some great things lined up. I'm really excited about this channel. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. But until we meet again, I'm out. Peace.